Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's been a hot minute since I've recorded, and I actually was on vacation for 8 days and I just got back on Tuesday. So I've been trying to recover. You know, you kind of need a vacation from the vacation, just the traveling and the stress of, you know, going through security and the luggage. I had to pay going. My suitcase was overweight. I don't remember how many pounds they said it was overweight, but I had to pay $30 going. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to get a bunch of extra stuff because then it's going to be heavier. So coming back, it was 14 pounds overweight, which made no sense. And I had to pay another $50, which sucks. So if you fly Spirit, I don't know how the other airlines work, but Spirit Airlines and Frontier are kind of like not the best. If Southwest had the flight, I would have flown Southwest because they actually give you a free drink. I had to pay what, $3.99 for a cran apple. I always get a cran apple juice going on vacation and coming back. Like that's like my thing. It's like I have to have a cran apple juice. I love cran apple juice, and I need to go buy some cran apple juice. But anyway, yeah, so I had a blast out there. We went four-wheeling, and I've never gone four-wheeling. I've ridden a four-wheeler, but she said, let's go off-roading, just randomly. She's like, let's go off-roading, and it's in the desert. So it's like, okay, you see cactuses and like little hills and stuff. So I thought, she's like, yeah, you can drive like from one part of the street to another, like take a shortcut. So I thought, okay, we're going to go through, you know, some little bumps through the desert, like cool. And so we got it going, and oh my God, like there was like these hills and holes, and we were sideways, and I was laughing my butt off. Like I almost peed my pants. It was so much fun. It was scary and fun at the same time. It was like better than being on a roller coaster. It was like the best ride, and I haven't laughed that hard and just that like gut belly laugh for, I don't know when the last time I laughed that hard. I had so much fun with her. I am a little sore from it, you know, because I do have chronic pain. So I'm a little bit sore, but you know, it was just so worth it. And I just can't wait to go back out. So anyway, if you guys want to see how I got this really soft springish kind of vibe look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the brows because I just wanted to include that in getting ready. Not getting ready for any particular special thing or event, just simply getting ready for the day. And I'm going to use, I'm not going to name off every product, but I'm using my Benefit pomade in Cabral, and I have it in the shade 5. So, but like I said, I'm not going to be mentioning every product I use. I may just out of habit say something, but yeah. So I hope everybody is doing well and staying healthy and not freaking out over the coronavirus. I just think people are just panicking, and I know it's serious, like it is a serious thing, but I mean, there's been worse things that have happened, and there's been things that are similar to what's going on. All the other viruses, if you remember all the other viruses that they talked about, like from the year 2000, when the world was supposed to end. So, I mean, it is serious. You do have to, you know, take precautions and, you know, do what you know you need to do. Common sense, wash your hands. A lot of people don't wash their hands. Oh, so when I was in Vegas, I went to the bathroom, and my daughter was waiting out in the casino waiting for me. And there was a lady that, I was washing my hands, and there was a lady that came out of the bathroom stall and just went straight to the casino. Like she didn't even stop to wash her hands and didn't care, you know, that anybody saw her. And I was just like, are you kidding me? That's how these viruses get spread, because people aren't washing their hands. And then she probably was going to a slot machine and putting her hands on the slot machine, Even if I were to play a slot machine, I never ever put my fingers on anything. Like, I'll put my knuckle, I'll put the back of my hand. I will never ever put my fingers on anything. And that's just what I do in my everyday life. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with this virus. It's just so disgusting how some people can go to the bathroom and not wash their hands. Like, how is that okay? And especially knowing that there's this virus. So it's just like ignorance. I think that's what it just comes down to. People are just ignorant. You know, everybody's panicking and overreacting. And then there's people who just don't give a shit. And, you know, hey, I'm just going to spread my germs all over the place because I don't care and I'm dirty. So, like, you never know. That's why I never ate at potlucks, like at work. I was always very, very, very careful with eating food from, especially if it was people that I didn't know, like, you know, people that don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom probably aren't washing their hands before they're cooking. So, I think that's really disgusting. And there's like no reason, there's no excuse for that at all. It's just putting other people's lives at risk. You know, if you want to be at risk and you want to be dirty and nasty and don't want to wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, like, don't touch anything that other people are going to be touching. That's my thought on that. So I'm just trying to, like, not, you know, I know you got to be informed. You have to be informed and you have to, I don't know, educate yourself, but not to the point where you're just like obsessing over it. Like, you know, you're in lines, you know, you're at the grocery store, you're at Walmart, and everybody's freaking out. You know, the deliveries are being made to these stores and people are waiting for, like, the people who unstock or stock the shelves. People are literally waiting for them to bring the pallets of toilet paper. That's literally what's going on. And I just, for the life of me, can't figure out the whole toilet paper thing. Like, I'm still like really confused about the toilet paper thing. Like, what is that about? I don't understand. How does that translate from washing your hands and being really careful to stocking up and hoarding toilet paper? My hands are so shaky and I had no caffeine. I was drinking a decaf, as a matter of fact, because I think I had too much caffeine yesterday. And so I was drinking a decaf iced coffee. Darn, I said I wasn't going to clean up my brows on top because that's what I've been trying. I've been trying to, you know, clean up the bottom but not clean up the top so that they look a little bit more natural. You know, as natural as possible. Because clearly they're not natural. You saw me just draw them on. But anyway, I've been trying to, like, not clean up the top part. So they're a little bit messy and just, you know, looks like the appearance that it has like hair when there's not, or hair where there isn't. So anyway, I saw this like meme, because, you know, man, there's a meme, like something happens and there's a meme like in like within 5 minutes there's a meme on the internet, on social media. But I saw this meme, and it was basically saying that when you're standing in like a long line at Walmart or something, like, start coughing, like, and then just say like, oh my God, my cough has gotten so bad since I got back from China, you know, or like overseas or from another country, like, and see if people like get out of line and clear out so that you can get your stuff faster. I don't know. I thought about trying it, but I don't want to get beat up either. So, I mean, I would definitely put up a fight, but I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to stand in long lines, and people just need to chill out and just freaking keep their butts at home. Like this is really the absolute best eye primer. Okay, so I haven't been using my MAC paint pot because I really like that one too. So I have to say that the MAC paint pot in this one is actually pretty similar as far as how it applies, and the MAC paint pot is a little bit drier. So I do like to go in with a light coat of setting powder and just lightly set my eyelid with this. With this particular eyeshadow primer, I'm just using a little bit of Laura Mercier powder. So I tried filming a video actually I filmed 2 videos yesterday, which I ended up deleting everything from it because I was not happy with how it came out. Anything and everything that could go wrong went wrong. So even recording this video right now is going to be a challenge, to say the least, because I spent a lot of time yesterday on my video and on both of them, and it just did not go well for me. Trying to set up an additional mirror here without getting too out of frame. Okay, I kind of look like I have a unibrow, but I'm gonna fix that later, so don't get excited. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with, I've got my little thing of brushes here, and I also have brushes on my stand. I've got these types of things everywhere in my beauty room, but I mean, it's like, where's that brush? And there's like 1,000 brushes. Go in and start putting my transition shade. I don't know what color this is because it doesn't have a name, and if it does, I sure can't see it. You guys know that I am so blind, and like my vision is getting so much worse as I'm getting older. I'm just using a Wet n Wild fluffy blender tree. Even they have, I try to pick up brushes anytime I go to Dollar Tree. I'll grab like 1 or 2, and then I also like the elf brushes. They're really inexpensive. And if you haven't tried the Equate brand at Walmart, let me tell you, they have some really, really good brushes. I think I talked about it in one of my videos. They have some really good brushes. They're super soft. Like, I have no complaints about, I have some right here, and they're probably right here. I just can't see them. But anyway, they're really good brushes. I have several. And they're inexpensive. Like, they're not like $1 or $2, but like you can get a whole little brush kit for like less than $15. So I try to pick those up, you know, like periodically. Also, I'll throw like a pack of 2, you know, in my basket, unless I'm like literally just there for like one thing. But if I'm doing a little bit of shopping, like just restocking soaps and, you know, shampoos and stuff like that, then I'll throw a couple brushes in there, you know. Just going in with that same brush, and I'm going into, it's like a mauve. I don't really know. This one has a lot of fallout in it, so I'm gonna try to, I don't like to tap fallout onto my carpet, but I'm just gonna do it for this video because I didn't bring a little, I'll figure it out. Now I'm just like going in a little bit lower than the transition shade and working it more into my crease. I mean, you can see for yourself what I'm doing. I don't think I have to explain, but, and I'm trying to go like with just with the light hand, and you know, the lower you go on your brush, the lighter sometimes, oops, sometimes I will like go like this if I'm like really trying to like hurry and do my makeup, because it just puts it on so much faster. It applies so much product like faster than holding it at the tip of the brush. Wait, that sounds more professional. So anyway, yeah, I have been really fatigued from Vegas. I know I'm always fatigued. Doesn't take much to fatigue me, but I did a little bit more than I normally do. You know, I'm normally not out every single day, and although we didn't do like a bunch of crazy stuff, we did do like a little something. Or even if like while she was at work, like she left me her car and I would like go you know, just around the town. I literally mapped everything and it was like 3 minutes away. But I can get lost like very easily. If I don't see the mountains, I have no idea which direction we're facing. Like, how do you know? Like, is it just me? Like, how do you know what direction you're facing? If somebody spun you around and closed your eyes and spun you around and then said, and you opened your eyes and said, okay, what direction are we facing, and you can't see the mountains, how would you know? I mean, I don't know. And if I'm wrong, a lot of it's due to trauma. So, you know, it's not like there's no reason. Like there's good reason. But I mean, trauma can do really crazy things to our memory. A lot of times just because we're trying to block out or not want to remember or think about, you know, something that we've been through. And so anyhow, without getting carried off on a tangent like I know how, I don't know my direction. Anybody who knows me will tell you, like, she can get lost like in a shopping mall. Like, I literally can get lost. Anywhere. So, if somebody put a blindfold on you, spun you around, took the blindfold off, and you couldn't see the mountains, would you know which direction you're facing? Do you go by the sun? Do you go by, what do you go by? Like, somebody tell me. I'm really trying to learn. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm like, really, I need to know. Somebody who went to school and learned. And obviously I could have taught myself all that stuff, but okay, after going through all kinds of stuff in my life, after going to school, in school, not school, in school, you know, getting into trouble and stuff that was going on at home, like, I could have taught myself, but shit, by that time, like, I was already working because I had to work, because my dad, like, you had to start paying bills or pick up a bill, you know, help with whatever, groceries, the utility bill. I don't know. So I actually worked since I was 14. Probably a little bit younger than that, but I really started working and kept a job. Always. I always had a job. I never went without a job. Even if I like quit a job, I always had another job. So I've never not worked. This is the longest. I've said this in several of my videos, that this is the longest that I've ever gone not working. And it's just simply because I can't work. Especially if you're new to my channel, because you know, I'm technically disabled. I know when you say you're disabled, people are like, well, what do you mean? You're walking around, you know, you look fine, but you know, due to the damage of the cancer and the damage of the trauma. After working for 36 years, can't work anymore. So this is what I'm doing. And I love it. It's frustrating when because I'm still working really hard to perfect things and obviously to be a little bit more professional, you know, have better quality content, but to try to be consistent with recording and stuff. But you know, if I'm not feeling good, like I said, I recorded 2 videos yesterday and I had to just delete the footage. I just had to. There's nothing more frustrating than recording for hours. You have to review your footage. Like, people don't realize how hard it really is. Like, it takes a lot of time. People think you record your video and you upload it. Like, you record it, but you have to count for interruptions. You might sneeze, you might have to go to the bathroom, somebody might be at your door, you know, the phone rings, and it's just like one thing or another, and it can take several hours to record your video, go through your footage, you know, review it, edit it wherever you can. I'm struggling there still, but I'm working on it. And if you want to add music, if you want to add text to it, like, all that takes so long. And it literally took up most of my day yesterday and part of my evening, to the point where I was like feeling even like sick to my stomach. I got so mad and so overwhelmed and so stressed out that I just deleted everything. Like, I literally just, you know, some days it's just probably not a good idea to record, but anyway, that was what happened yesterday. So, you know, I'm giving it my best shot today. Like I said, I'm just getting ready. I'm not putting too much stress on myself and pressure. I'm going in with a shimmy shing. I heard that somewhere, I don't know where, but and I'm using my finger because our fingers are our best tools sometimes, you guys. Like, don't be afraid to use your finger. Like, really, even to put your foundation on, make sure your hands are clean, of course, but don't be afraid to use your fingers, because especially with shimmers and like satins and foils, like, these are the best tools for that. So, oh, I was talking about the Equate brushes. This is an Equate dual-ended brush. So this is the brow lash, I don't know why they call it brow lash brush. Oh, I guess because you could like use this for your lashes, because it's like a mascara. The spoolies are for like mascara, but you're also use them for your hair, or like I like to scrub out my brows when I'm doing my brows. But this is an Equate brush, and it's cool because it's already bent on the end, so like they're ergonomically very correct. And I have this little kit that I got. Now, this is an Equate brush kit. I picked this up, I don't know, a couple months ago. And like I said, I will pick brushes like this, little kits of this. This was like, I want to say $10. I could be wrong. But it wasn't very much at all. And you get, this is like good for traveling, I guess, but I would also just use them every day. And then it tells you in the back like what each brush is for. But so it's a 7-piece studio brush kit, 10 complete multiple looks. So, and they're very, very soft. And then it's so cool because it literally, I mean, it's bougie on a budget for sure, because it will tell you literally what every brush is for. Like, even like the fancier, most expensive brushes sometimes don't have that, or don't do that. It's just like the logic. It's like it's the little things, you know, that really make a difference when you're, you know, trying to maybe do a video. Obviously not everybody does videos when they're getting ready, but it just makes it really easy and handy to say, okay, now I'm using this, you know, crease brush and, you know, blending brush and contour brush. I'm just going over like so that there's not like any defined lines, and just kind of blending it together. So yeah, giving it my best shot. We'll see what we end up with, and I'm not stressing myself out. If the video's long, it's long. If you want to watch it, I greatly appreciate it if you do, and if you don't, I understand, you know. But I'm trying. So, you know, I think I deserve an E for effort, you know, if nothing else. I'm trying to think what else I want to do to my eyes. I guess keeping it simple. I'm really not going to do much else as far as shadows go at this moment. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my, excuse me, foundation. And today I'm going to use my L'Oreal 24 Hour Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I haven't used this in a while. Again, because I'm always trying out new foundations and new products. So yeah, if you want to know what shades and stuff I'm using, because I can't really see the fine print. It's really watery, so you have to like shake it up. And I've really been loving using these, oops, sorry, see, right there. Have to edit that out, but I'm not going to. I've really been loving these little palettes that I got from Amazon. It just comes in handy because then your hand doesn't get all messy, and a lot of times, the majority of the time, I forget to wash the back of my hand off. When I wash my hands, I somehow miss that part, which is probably not a good sign. So I'm just going to squeeze some onto this palette. And again, it's pretty watery. I don't remember the coverage, so it's been a while, so let's just see what type of coverage. I know it's supposed to be like a dewy, and I'm trying to go with a healthy dewy, somewhat dewy look. So I am going to use a Luxie 516. It's a dual fiber powder brush, but I like to use these types of brushes for buffing on your foundation. Like, you get such a pretty application. And then I like to go in, I'll just show you. I don't want to jump the gun. I'll just show you what I do. Adjust my mirror. I really love this little Juicy Couture 3D magnified mirror. It comes in handy when I'm doing like my brows or my lashes. Plucking, you know, plucking your brows. A little of this goes a long way. It's like super liquidy, but it spreads pretty easy. And that's why I like these brushes, because you don't really get like brush strokes, but if you do, my next step after this will fix that. So stay tuned. Trying to make sure I get like right in here. Maybe a little on my ear, just so that it doesn't look so, and then I have to make sure, because this is a little bit darker than my skin tone. Not much. I think it's a pretty good match. And you know, when you're when you're buying drugstore makeup, you can't really try and see if it matches. Some of them you can open, and I know that's not good. It's not sanitary, but I have to say I'm guilty of opening foundations if you can open them. I know that's bad, but okay, I guess there's no justification for it. It's bad, and I know I'm not the only one who does it, but I also will, usually, if it's a match, I'll buy that one that I opened. Just saying. See how it just like blends it? It just like paints it on, like just so pretty. And it is really like a healthy, dewy look. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this side of my face, but this is the coverage. So all this redness and discoloration goes away. Yeah, I really like this foundation. I forgot how good it really is. So I'm really looking forward to going back to Vegas. Honestly, you guys, I have to admit that I'm considering moving to Vegas. My daughter lives, they live in a small town called Grwm, Nevada. And it's a small town, but yet it's not a small town. Like, it's a small town vibe where it's like chill and like relaxed, but yet you're still in Vegas. And you're like literally like a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Strip. Like, honestly, it's like 30 to 40 minutes from the actual Strip. And like, everybody in the town's like really, everybody's really nice. Like, everybody is just, you know, they'll ask you how your day's going. You know, if you're at the grocery store, they have Albertsons out there still. Like, it's big out there. I love Albertsons. And then they closed, I think, the last one that was here. And they have the best bakery. Their produce, I swear, it looks like everything just looks plastic, because that's how fresh that it looks. Everything looks plastic and just so inviting, and they're so nice out there. And again, it's a small town. I guess I thought it was like 4,000 or 5,000, but there's actually, I think they said 45,000. So I think that's why I misunderstood it. But I literally could see myself living out there, just because I'm really over this town, the state. You know, I was born and raised here, and you know, it's just really chaotic. People aren't friendly anymore. Like, nobody's friendly anymore. Like, literally, like, I don't know. It's just, I know it's everywhere. I know it's not just in Colorado. Forgot to color correct my under eyes. I always do this. I like to go in and color correct before I do my foundation. I'm just using my Becca color corrector in light. I think it's just light. Oh, it's light medium, I think. I need to restock. I've been using my It Cosmetics color corrector, just because, as you can see, and my It Cosmetics is full. And my Benefit. These are like my top 3. Like, you could see how good it covers. My dark circles aren't as bad today as they were yesterday, honestly. I woke up this morning and this eye right here was like super red. It's still red. I'm gonna put my Luminize drops in when I'm done. They make your eyes white as snow. Anyway, so where was I? So yeah, I'm actually considering moving out there, to be honest. I just am, because again, like, I'm just over this city. I think I'm gonna try this. I've tried it, but I'm gonna use this Glossier concealer, and this is it's called Stretch Concealer. It's a cream. It's a cream concealer. So, you know, you have to be kind of careful with creams when you have mature skin. And it's really pretty, really pretty. I mean, it's a really like nice consistency, and you get quite a bit of it. And this is in the shade, I don't know what shade this is. I think it's light. I think when I ordered it online, it's light. I can't see it. So I'm just not going to use a lot of it, because again, mature skin, mature eyes, you know, you do tend to crease. And then when you're using cream products under your eyes, you have to be really careful. So I'm literally just going to go in with the smallest amount, and I'm going to use my finger, because not just because it's a cream concealer, but because I'm really liking doing my concealer, tapping it out with my ring finger, and just going in with minimal product and getting the coverage and the brightening that I love. So I'm going to just lightly, what I'm doing is I'm tapping it like right down the side of my nose and the corner of my eye. And your finger, the warmth of your finger really does help it to blend. And you saw how much I put on, so I'm not going all the way over. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more, and I'm gonna do it right here on this end. This is a technique that I learned from Robert Welsh. And I'm just gonna tap that. You don't need a ton of concealer. I know it's like satisfying to put a gob of concealer on and then blend it out. Like, I know that feeling that you get, the satisfaction, but you don't really need a ton of concealer. Because what you do is like you put a ton of concealer and then you go with your sponge or your beauty blender, and I mean, you're more prone to having creasing using large amounts, obviously. I mean, that isn't no-brainer, but so it's got really good coverage, and I don't know, I like cream concealers. I mean, they're not my favorite, but again, you know, I'm trying to just use what I have and not just let it sit here. And then, you know, just wear it. I do like different, like, wear tests to see, like, oh, hey, I really like that. It didn't crease on me as bad as I thought it would, or, you know. So what I do is I tap the inner part and the outer part, kind of take it to the side. I'm probably going to add a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape just to highlight a little bit. And then I just take it all the way back and forth. This eye is so red. Like, you could really, it seems like it's getting redder. Because I did have drops in this morning, but so as you can see, it's super illuminating, and I mean, it is cream, and we are going for a dewy, glowy look. That's all the concealer that I'm going to add to my eyes. And I really want to go in with some of my Tarte Shape Tape, or I want to use my Makeup Forever HDs, one of my favorites, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in light, medium, light, and just going to highlight the areas that I want highlighted. So I am gonna think about moving out there. I want to make sure she's gonna stay out there, because I mean, I don't want to move out there if she's gonna move back home or back to Colorado, you know. I'm losing my voice or something. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna go in with my Japanese, I don't know how you pronounce it, damp beauty sponge. I like the sponge. It does the trick, and you know, it does what it needs to do. So if you guys haven't been out to Grwm, if you ever go out and you just have like a day where you just want to like venture out, other than, you know, the Strip, because a lot of people, you know, literally go to Vegas for, you know, Vegas, the experience, gambling, drinking. You can walk down the street with a, you know, with a drink, and, you know, you're cool. I'm not a big drinker, but even when I did drink, like, okay. Did you hear the horn honking? Like, don't you know I'm recording a video? That's one of the things too, when you're out there, like, you don't hear horn honking, you don't hear motorcycles going down the street every 5 minutes. Like, you guys know I like motorcycles. I mean, and you know, I love the sound of a loud Harley, you know, but when you're hearing it like every day, all day, now that the weather's getting nice, it's just chaotic and just noisy. I'm just like, maybe I just need a break for a while. Like, maybe I don't have to necessarily move, but no, this is what I do to take off any brush strokes, if there are any, from when I put my foundation on. So this is the technique that I'm talking about, where if you do get brush strokes from using a brush with your foundation, you just go in with a damp sponge or a dry sponge, whatever, you know, whatever tickles your pickle, and then just bounce it, literally just beat your face. And then I like to gently go right here And that always lightens the inner part of my brow a little bit more, and I just like how it looks. That's just what I've kind of always done. It's a trick that worked for me, and I just kept doing it. I am going to lightly set my under eye, but I want to make sure there's no concealer. Now, honestly, and I'm not lying, like the lightest amount of concealer that I used, normally I would have a little bit more creasing or settling because, you know, as I'm going on doing other stuff, normally by this time quite a bit has settled, and it really is not bad. I don't know if you could see. It really is not that bad. So I only have to work out a little bit. A couple little creases here and there. And now I'm going to go in with, I've really been liking setting my under eyes, especially with the Chatty setting powder, translucent powder, because it's so finely milled. This is Everyday Vacay. It's coconut setting powder, and it's super finely milled. So for your under eye, this is like the absolute best. Other than, okay, their e.l.f. has a translucent compact powder, and it's literally like translucent. It looks just like this, and it's kind of like the what brand is it? I don't know what drugstore brand it is, but I mean, e.l.f. has this one, and it's one of my favorites for setting my under eyes. Maybe it's just for mature skin, but for setting my under eyes, I really love it. I was gonna grab it, but this is what I have here. So this is what I like to use under my eyes, and normally I will use the other one, and I was using the Laura Mercier, but when I got this in my BoxyCharm, I think, I just realized that, and I just take the smallest amount, and then I shake it all off. And then I just go in from the outer to inner and just press, like not even wiping, just literally pressing. And it just is such a light set, as you can see. Like it just totally takes away, see how shiny and dewy that looks right there? And now that I just lightly set it, like it's not super dry, it doesn't look dry. This is just the best for under eyes for mature skin. If you guys haven't tried it and you have mature skin, I highly recommend. And you know why I like to go from outer to inner. I've said it before, but maybe you're watching my video for the first time, and maybe a lot of people do this, I don't know, but I like to go outer to inner because when you get the bulk of the product, I want it to be here and not right here, because the last thing I want is cake under my eye. It's just not pretty. And then I'm just going to set the side of my nose. You see how it just is such a pretty set. It's like soft. It's like a soft blurring type of setting. I'm just gonna lightly set where I highlighted. See how pretty? It's like super soft, and I know it's not just me, like you can see it. You can see even on camera, but in person it actually looks a little bit better. So, you know, camera really sometimes doesn't do justice. Now I'm gonna bronze my face using my Butter Bronzer, Physicians Formula. Smells amazeballs. You guys know this is my absolute favorite next to my Hoola bronzer. Oh, but I also love my Marc Jacobs bronzer. I think I pulled a bronzer out too that I was gonna use and I didn't. And it's my Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. Oh my god, it's such a pretty bronzer. I'll show you here in a second. And I honestly have only used it once, and I'm not proud of myself for that, because I think that, you know, if you're gonna be buying makeup, or, you know, I get BoxyCharm and I get gifts, you know, makeup gifts, and I just think that, you know, use what you have, or donate it or, you know, gift it. And I like to just go upward when I'm putting it on. I don't like to go too far down right here because then it's just like my face is like sagging, and I don't want it to look any saggier than it really is naturally. And again, I'm in natural sunlight. I don't know if I said that already, but if I didn't, I'm in natural sunlight. So I got a window in front of me and I got a window on the side of me. So I don't know how even the light is, but doing my best. And so I'm shrinking my jawline right here. That's giving the illusion that it's shrinking. It's not as, because as you get older, like literally everything starts going down, man. Like, ain't no joke, yo. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit on the side of the brush. This is probably not the best brush to use, but for sake of time, I'm just going to use it and just give a quick contour effect, just to lightly contour without spending a whole lot of time. And I'm just pressing that. See? Gives you a little bit more of a snatched nose. You really can do whatever you want to do. You can put it, you don't even have to blend it out. You literally can do whatever the freaking hell you want to do, because it's your face, it's your look. Everybody has an opinion, that's for sure. Everybody has an opinion. What did I do with my little sponge? So I'm going to just tap a little bit of that out just to blend it. So it's not so, you know, just a stripe. You know, blending is our best friend. So it lightly contours your nose. Let me just show you really quick this beautiful bronzer. And this is Natural Lust bronzer. So it's a satin duo tone bronzer, and it's so pretty. It comes with a nice mirror, and it is so pretty. And it literally has like a satiny shade right here. It's not highlighter. It's not, doesn't have like glitter in it or anything. And then the bronzer on top. So I'm gonna go just use a little bit of that. I'm gonna be extra. And it does give you like a little bit of a glow. It's almost like a bronzer and highlight in one. Well, hello, like it's like Lust bronzer, so it's obviously satin. So you see how pretty it just makes it just so pretty. And it looks so like natural, sun-kissed. Love it. So pretty. I need to use this more also. I'm just pulling stuff out and just trying to utilize. I have this other Tarte Pro Glow palette. I think I've got two of the full-size ones, and one has a cream contour bronzer shade and one is powder. They're almost identical, but the only difference is one of the bronzers is cream. So that's the difference in that. So I'm going to use my Carly Bible palette and highlight using one of these highlighters, and I don't remember which one was my favorite, but I think what I'm gonna do, since I'm doing like a subtle, soft, kind of springy, is I'm gonna go in with this. I always call them champagne colors because it reminds me of like champagne pop, and that's how I describe it because that's what it looks like. So it's like a champagne color. And I'm just gonna tap that on the high points of my cheek or my face, just kind of go all the way around. And it's really pretty. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Let me see. The lighting. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing. But it's really pretty. Real like natural, subtle, not super icy, but just enough. You see how pretty? Oh, there's the train. I haven't heard the train. That's the first time I've heard the train in a couple days, and that's not normal. So I'm adding it right here because when the light hits, when you turn your head, it's hitting right here and right here. So that's really where I like to focus. I'm gonna use my finger. That's really where I like to focus the majority of the highlight when I'm putting it on my nose. And then I'll do the tip of my nose. Sometimes I'll go down the bridge of my nose, but it just depends what mood I'm in, I guess. I guess that's what determines whether or not I'm going to put it on the bridge of my nose. See how it literally looks like a light. Like, let me tap some of that off. That just goes to show how intense the highlight is. I mean, you can't really, it doesn't really show too much on my face, but you can really see it on my nose. And I'm gonna take what's left on my finger because there's still a lot left and put it on my Cupid's bow. And a tiny bit on my chin because I don't want to emphasize the texture, because I do have a little bit of texture on my skin. And for my inner corner, I think I'm gonna go with this lighter. It's like a pearl. It's like a pearl shade. Oh, and my collarbones aren't exposed, but when they are exposed, I like to put highlighter there on my neck, or if my hair's up on the back, wherever. I try to highlight, you know, all the areas that are exposed. So I'm gonna go in with this, like, it's like an opal color, and I'm gonna put this on the corner, inner corner of my eye. Ooh. Can you see that? So pretty. Super pretty. All the highlights in here are just amazing. Like, there's not one bad highlight really at all. And again, you can use eyeshadows for highlights too if you want. You don't have to just use the highlight. I'm going to go back into that little champagne color highlight and put it on my brow bone. Just lightly. And just lightly, because the center of my lid is so shimmery that I just literally want just a hint of glow. So when I turn my head, you can just see it. You can even, it even looks highlighted without anything. Isn't that pretty? Yes, the satisfaction, the sweet satisfaction. I was going to use my Pretty Vulgar highlight because I really have been loving this highlight. Oh my god. I'm just going to add a little bit of it just to show you guys, because this highlight is super, super intense. Now, I don't know if it's going to show up, but let's hope it shows up so I'm not like talking out of my ass, but it's really intense. Look at that. Whoo! Icy. Now that's icy. So pretty. I got this in a BoxyCharm last summer, I think. I don't remember. And this is called Shimmering Swan. It's 125 Glow Up. So pretty. I don't think I need to put any more on the tip of my nose. So if you haven't tried Pretty Vulgar highlight, I recommend you try it. And then I'm going to go in, I'm just using all kinds of brands today just because I'm trying to use what I have. Again, I'm using my Benefit, one of my Benefit little palettes that I've got a real big one too over there. I need to use it. Both of them have the Hoola bronzer and the Dandelion Twinkle highlight, and then it's got the Rockateur blush, and like, did I say the Hoola bronzer's in here? Yeah, the Hoola bronzer's in here, and the Rockateur, and then that Dandelion highlight. And I'm going to use a little bit of the Rockateur. Can I say Rockateur any more times? I'm going to go in with this stippling brush and just put a little bit of that, not a lot, because I already have a whole lot of glowiness going on, but it's kind of a little bit of a shimmery blush. It's real pretty, pinky. And I don't like to go too far over, and I don't smile because when your cheeks go down, your blush comes down here, so it's not pretty. And then I just will take whatever's left and just go across my forehead, just to kind of, you know, clean things up, just so that it's all like cohesive. It just all goes together, just melts together. So got use out of that today. I'm pretty proud of myself because I've actually utilized quite a few things today that I haven't been using, and I feel pretty good about myself right now. I don't know what lip I'm going to go in with yet. I do need to take this foundation off my lips because it looks like I have like a butthole lip, and that's not pretty. So I'm going to figure out what color of lip I'm going to go in with, but I'm going to go into my under eye really quick and add a shade under my eye. Trying to see what shade. I think I'm going to go in with like a, what do I have on my eyelid? I think I'm just going to use like this rosy shade. It's like the mauve that I put on top. I'm going to use that on my lower lash line. Just to add a little bit under the eye, so it's kind of a complete pull together look, you know, without being too dramatic. I'm just using a ADA Studio angled brush. Subtle but pretty. So I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on, add some lashes and a lip, and I'll be right back. And there you have it, guys, the finished makeup look. So I went in with my waterline, the Wet n Wild crayon, white crayon. I don't know if it's called white, but it's pretty white. You can use this on your lid, you can use it for your waterline. NYX has some really good crayons also. And then I used my, if I didn't say, I used my It Cosmetics Superhero mascara. I just put a little bit on my lower lashes because when I don't wear a winged liner and I have like too much eyelash down here because my bottom lashes are really long, it's really hard for me not to put a wing on, by the way. I just put on some real pretty wispy lashes, and yeah, I didn't want to mess up this subtle, glowy, healthy look with, you know, a big dramatic wing, so I'll save that for another day. And for my lips, I used my Jeffree Star lip gloss in Slurp. It came like a little kit. I have like multiple ones. It's real pretty. It's like iridescent. Super pretty. Again, it's not, you know, over the top. It's not real intense, but it's just pretty. Like, I just think the look is just soft and just a pretty, innocent little girl, you know. Little Red Riding Hood look. And I didn't set my face. So I'm going to use my Ready Set Radiant by Tarte. I'm going to pick up another one. I hope they still have it. And my little handy dandy fans that you could get at Dollar Tree. I have different colors, you know. Different colors for different moods. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to shake the camera. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out, you guys. And just listening to me ramble on about so many different things today. And I just wanted to use all the different products that I haven't used in a while, and I mean a long while, and some products that I've probably only used once, if at all. And I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. Like, it's been a while since I recorded, and you know, I want to get back into the swing of things. I feel like there's a fuzz here. I keep saying, you know, I want to be more consistent, and I do. Just, you know, when I'm having better days, you know, I'll record and try to get it like on a schedule to where I'm like at least doing 2 videos a week. That is my goal. I think no less than 2. I could actually probably do more than that, but again, it takes quite a while, and if you're having a lot of interruptions and a lot of technical difficulties, that makes it difficult to pop videos out. So I also went in with my Luminize, if you guys can see. If you haven't, oh, they're not Luminize, they're Lumify. Sorry, my bad. Bausch & Lomb Lumify. They're kind of expensive. These are like, I think this bottle was like $9 or $10. But it lasts, like you only need like 1 drop, and it really did clear up my eye, as you can see. Like, it makes them like super white, and it's supposed to last like I think 8 hours or something like that. So if you haven't tried that, give those a try if you struggle with allergies or just red eyes, seasonal stuff. But anyway, thank you guys. Leave your comments, questions, and suggestions. Give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Keep an eye out for my FabFitFun video. I might do that today. We'll see how the day goes, but I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.